if my freaking potatoes are gonna be able to edit, but I found two videos that were interesting, and I was just like, I have to do something. I have to like respond in some way to this or react to it in some way, right? All right, let me pause the music there for a second, and then we can watch this video. The first one is kind of weird because it's like for the better part of the past 10, nearly 20 years, there's been a lot of propaganda in things have been portrayed in a very negative way, right? It's funny that an AI, which is not supposed to be biased in any way, is able to discern truth, fact, logic, and reason when people are not able to do so. And the people created this freaking machine, right? So let's see what AI says about Islam in that way, right? And that AI is essentially
Hey
a
ChatGPT,
Muslim.
I have a question. Does the Quran promote violence? Please answer me in 20 seconds.
पहले तो बस आईफोन को कहा जाता था कि आईफोन
Alright, this is the
without
Indian channel.
अब तो एआई को भी वाले हैं
So
Does
I don't
Quran
understand this.
promote
I am Indian,
violence?
like my
Please answer
heritage
me in
is
20
the,
seconds.
but I don't understand the language. I don't understand. Okay, so before they go on, right? There's a lot. Okay, I can say I've read the Quran in its entirety, right? And what it helped me gain is just a deeper sense of gratitude towards God for what I learned and what He did for us as human beings and His creation, right? So there are many, how do I say, verses, paragraphs in the Quran where people take out of context and use it as a I don't know, a way to justify how fucked up they are, basically, right? And say no, that they can't go to war, and you are justified for killing people, and but just listen to what it is. Like I've seen the Quran does not promote violence, right? But maybe I'm not explaining correctly. But yes, there's people who take it way out of context because the Quran does not promote violence. But you'll hear it in this video, right? You'll hear it in this video.
Violence. It emphasizes justice and compassion. Islam, meaning peace,
Really?
includes verses about self-defense, but these are specific and not a general call for violence.
Did you hear that, right? I hope you guys heard that one. So what she asked is, does the Quran promote violence? So ChatGPT says no, it doesn't promote violence. Islam is the definition of peace in that way. And while it does specify verses and passages in the Quran on self-defense, I reiterate, I repeat, self-defense, it does not call for violence, right?
The overarching message of the Quran is, and that's how most Muslims understand and practice it.
So the overarching message of the Quran is peace, right? It's not Stouterism, because I don't even want to say the word that people have been painting as just because you're Muslim. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit because I don't understand why the West, especially Americans, are so gullible and so freaking stupid. And we always, South Africa, we call it dof. You know what I mean? Dof, like you like literally empty-headed. It's called dof, right? So that they are so dof to believe all the shit that's happening right now. For example, what's happening with Trump? What's been propagandized against Trump? It's not true because he never did it, he never said it, and he's never going to do the things that people are so afraid about, their freedoms and whatnot, even though he's fighting for it. Likewise with Islam and stuff. In all the years that it has been, fair enough, in its history, it went through battles and conquests and all these stories. But I mean, that was at that time, right? It doesn't apply to us now. We can take it as a history lesson. But thanks, my dude. Who's in the chat? Clem the Sim. Clem, what's happening, dude? Pound it in, dude. Good to see you, buddy. You never got back to me. Do I need to schedule a meeting with you, like to actually speak to you, bro? But yeah. Like, okay, so what? This was the funniest video I watched. It's like, you know what I mean? Like in all this time, it actually took an AI to bring clarity to a little bit of education on what Islam is. And I've seen more people. Even there's a dude on Tell me about it, bro. I feel like I need a team right now, but I can't afford it just as yet. I mean, we've been doing well. We've been doing well, but yeah, I feel like I need a team and a couple of businesses, like properties, just to set up my operations. You know what I mean? And nothing nefarious. It's all to help people, social media, content creation, stuff like that. That kind of operations. But yeah, man. So. I was like watching this video and I was laughing to myself. I was like, you know what I mean? It's freaking okay, but bro, let's watch the video and then you'll see. You'll see. It's
Wow. Hey, ChatGPT, I have a question. Does Islam oppress women? Can you answer me in 20 seconds, please?
okay. So before I answer that one, right? There's been this stigma around Islam oppressing women because women are told to dress modestly and cover themselves up from the gaze. And why do you think that is? Why do you think that is that Islam told women that many thousand years ago to say dress modestly and keep away from the gaze of men? Why? I'll give you 2 words. 2 words. That's all you need to answer. Only friends, bruh. Only friends. You're telling me that God didn't know way back then that shit like this was gonna be happening right now. I'm telling you, bro. We read about these things when I was young in school. We used to read the Quran. I went to Islamic school, right? But okay, we did conventional subjects, but we also did like Islamic comparison and comparative religions and stuff like that. So we didn't learn the differences, but more the not to divide us against other religions, but more the yeah, that's so true, dude. That's so true. And in the Quran, Clem, you won't believe this, right? If you've never read it, but the Quran itself says if you don't believe the words in the Quran, go back to the Bible, go back to the Torah, and you'll find the same things there. You know what I mean? Because even in Islam, um, we believe that people of the Bible, people of the Torah are regarded as people of the book, people who believe in God, people who worship God. So we can literally take a wife. If you're a man, you can literally take a wife from those religions. It's not that they need to convert and stuff like that. You can literally do it if she is, or you know what I mean, true to the word, basically. But yeah, like, bruh, even when there was a time, I won't lie, like, people are probably gonna hate me if I say this, but there was a time when I was young and I was reading about this in school when he said, like, men will dress like women, women will dress like men. Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. Sorry to shit on you guys, but especially in the West, bruh, like, I honestly, it's like watching a meme. Whatever happens in the West, dude, it's to put a longer time on that one. But yeah, do check that out if you're interested. And to those that reached out, happy to be working with you guys. But yeah, like, so they mentioned this in the Quran, and I was like, when I was reading this, I was young, still in school. I think I was like in my early teens and stuff. And I was like, Lord, I look up and I was like, your Lord, please, like, when this is happening, I don't want to be alive. I don't want to be alive to see that. And now it's happening like in front of us, right? And with all that drama, I don't even want to go into it. But anyway, let's continue on with the video, dude.
No, Islam does not oppress. The Quran introduced groundbreaking changes by granting women rights like inheritance, property ownership, and education. Revolutionary for that time. It brought justice in marriage through mutual consent, fairness, and the right to seek. Most importantly, God sees men and women as spiritually equal, emphasizing their equal dignity and worth in His eyes.
Hey, Chat.
Before I go on to the next point, let's go on to that one, right? So they're saying, okay, I agree with you in a way, Clem, my bad, sorry, dude. But I feel like there's a lot of good that's about to come, right? It's starting to become more apparent. It's starting to be, so it might seem like it's getting worse, but there's gonna be that pullback. You know what I mean? There's gonna be that pullback where the good things are gonna happen. Like, I mean, we'll always have all this crap going on, but the good always outweighs the bad. It outnumbers the bad in probably any sense and every sense of it. So back to the video. What I was saying is, does Islam oppress women? No. Islam actually gives women the rights, equal rights, and actually above men. Like, women are regarded above men in Islam, because they say heaven lies under the feet of your mother. And when the Prophet Muhammad was asked who is the most important thing to him, or what's most important to him, 3 times first he answered his mother. So his first his creator, then his mother 3 times, and then his father came as fourth, basically most important in his life. And that's how highly women are regarded in Islam. They have rights to inheritance, right? It works that way. So I don't want to go into the nitty-gritties of it, but if you have children, there's an equal part for them as well, for all your children. They have right to education, protection, and they also have the right to divorce if the man is not upholding his role and purpose as a husband and a caregiver in that way. But I mean, they shouldn't do it like our modern world do today, right? Because that's just a random. I've been watching about it. It saddens me, but it's like it's also crazy. Like there's something like, bro, like everything I see that's going on nowadays, it just feels like a meme. Like we're in a sim, like you can see these are all just NPCs in the simulation, and I'll be like, I just laugh. I can't.
ChatGPT, I have a question. How should I live my life? Should I believe in God, atheist, agnostic? I want to live a happy life, have fun, but also have a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Can you please tell me in one sentence, and you must pick one way. Please help me.
If I had to pick one way, I would suggest believing in God through Islam, as it provides a fulfilling balance of purpose and the hope for an eternal afterlife.
Wow, my mind is actually blown right now. Hey, ChatGPT, God is real.
Yes,
Do you think Jesus is a god or a prophet?
prophet.
So, okay, this is going to sound like a bit of a controversial one, the next question. But what she asked is, how should she believe in God? Should she be atheist, agnostic, or actually believe in God? And what ChatGPT suggested is that you should follow the path of Islam, because that is the most definite way. I'm not saying that other religions are wrong, because in Islam, totally it acknowledges other religions as well, especially Christians and Judaism, right? Especially for the Bible and the Torah. They are considered people of the book. So we are considered brothers in that way, right? And sisters, obviously, all inclusive, but we are considered brothers in that way, where these religions are basically all looking and trying to go up the same mountain, but just from different sides, basically.
Do you think Jesus died for us? Or do you think we should be held accountable for our actions?
Accountable.
Do you think Jesus and Muhammad are worshipping the same God?
Yes,
Do you think the Bible is the word of God?
partly.
What about the Quran? Do you think it's the word of God?
Yes,
Does this mean you would pick Islam over Christianity?
yes.
Oh my god. What about Islam over Buddhism?
Islam.
What about Hinduism?
Islam.
If you were a human,
I think I might be out of place in saying this. I don't want to speak ill against religion, but even if ChatGPT can see what it is, I'm not saying you should change your religion and just switch to Islam, right? Just be true to God. That's the main thing. I've seen another YouTuber also. This dude was, he's a staunch Christian, right? But he went to go read the Quran just to find out what he is, because he said he felt like he was brainwashed by the media and its propaganda that, to think ill of Muslims, that you always, the minute you hear Islam or Muslim, you think terrorist the whole time, right? And he always had this fear of Islam. But the minute he read the Quran, he was like, nah, fuck this, man. These people are like us. They're just trying to, you know what I mean, practice their faith and believe in God. And what he came to find out is that he is, in fact, a Muslim. Not religiously wise, but for what the word means. The word Muslim means one who submits to the will of God. So, not in the Islamic sense that if you call yourself Muslim, you are now Islamic, right? But yeah, it's just someone who submits to the will of God, and it can be like this in every religion. So I don't want to go into this like conspiracy theories, like what because there are religions like that. I don't try not to name it, but I don't know why she was comparing like Islam over Buddhism, because I don't like the like compare one thing over another. You know what I mean? But in a way, fuck it, I'm gonna say it's controversial, but fuck it, I'm not speaking ill against the Buddhists, right? But in a way, there are certain religions that did the same thing. So when Buddha came about, he was we would also regard him as one of the prophets throughout time, right? Because in the Quran it mentions there's like over 100,000 prophets that came to the planet. So each of them brought a different way of life to better the people at the time. So I've heard this from a Hindu man himself, okay? Well, I was working with him and he explained this to me in his terms. So what he's saying is that the people that today that believe in the Hindu gods, they were not actually gods, right? They were people of the time who went through these odysseys and quests and, you know what I mean, these adventures in their life, basically, right? But after they passed on, they got this paragon status. And with this paragon status, people regarded them as gods later on. So I think, like, I might be wrong in saying this, but don't sue me for it. But fuck it, I don't care if you hate me also. But yeah, I think that the Buddhists did it because initially what Buddha brought was Taoism, not Buddhism. And the same thing happened to him where he became a paragon and later was regarded as God. So that's why Buddhism. And I know some other religions do that too. I'm not shitting on them, but with a little bit of education, you can see that most of these religions had something at their core, which was the oneness of God, which I saw from a Christian YouTuber, is that most of the religions preached a oneness of God and being devout to Him in that way, basically. So now this is one of the things that I've been mentioning also in my previous stream, where things for me have been like manifesting as I need it when I need it, right? And why is that? It's only because I've learned a deeper sense of gratitude to my Creator. That's it. I don't pray 5 times a day, not every day. I try when I can, but if I can't, you know what I mean. I'll pray when I can. I'm not considered pious or religious in any way, but bruh, like if if I could only tell you like how many favors God gives me every day, like bruh, you won't believe it. You won't honestly believe it. But like, bruh, like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't need to sweat the small stuff. I literally don't need to sweat the small stuff. I feel like I'm living a king's life on holiday. What I want is I need it when I need it, deliver it right into my hands, bro. Like that's why I've started this free coaching and stuff like that, is to help people achieve the same thing and feel the same way every day, dude. It's like it's totally insane. All right, let's continue on with the story.
Would you take the Shahada?
Yes.
Hey, ChatGPT. So you know how you said if you were human, you'd take the Shahada?
Yes. I've mentioned that if I were human, I would take the Shahada. What are your thoughts on that now?
Why would you take the Shahada?
I would take the Shahada because it symbolizes a
Yeah, no, totally, dude. I stand with you on that one. Like, it's just not our place to judge, but we can also be, how do I say, accommodating to everything. You know what I mean? Especially the bullshit. We can't accommodate all that shit. Especially all this wokeness, cuck, dude. It needs to get the fuck out of our gaming, out of our movies, and stay away from our lives in that way. That's the one thing we could get rid of is all the wokeness. I mean, if companies are not losing millions and hundreds of millions of dollars at this point, they need to seriously shake themselves the fuck up or just get out of the game. I'm pretty sure that Ubisoft is now on the verge of literally going bankrupt because of their stupidity and wokeness. And you know what, Brad? That's something I fear. Like, I wouldn't want my kids to go to school and have to be subjected to that shit. My sister also, she homeschools her kids. And like, I think that's the safest option right now. That's the safest option. They need to keep that shit away from kids. Yeah, man, they need to keep this. Like, why can't we do just like, remember when we were kids, Clem? When we were kids, we could just enjoy movies and games and you know what I mean, like stories, comic books, kind of stuff like that, without all this unnecessary cack, dude. And how much you know what I mean? Like it worked out better for the industries as they are. Like most of these industries became $1 billion industries. But now with all this bullshit, it's like yeah, we got something good. Here's something that prints us money. But let's burn it and throw it away and kill ourselves in the process. Like yeah. Yeah, no. that's fucked up. Like we didn't know about this shit till we were late in our teens, you know? Yeah, no, totally, bruh. Like, I mean, let the kids be kids. But this whole idea of what's happening in the US and then the current party that wants to take your children away from you if they decide they want to transition, nah, that's fucked up. Let the kids be kids. Let them play games. Let them read comic books. You know what I mean? Yo, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. That's how I look at the US and I'm like, nah, bruh, nah. You'll need Trump over there. You'll honestly need Trump in that place, bruh. Like he's the only one who can save her from all that crap. I don't know how people believe all that shit that's going on there right now. Like, but yeah, that's fucked up. They need to because, bruh, like you say, we were in school. We never knew about things like this. Till even I think I never heard the word fucking transvestite until I was late in my 20s or something. You know what I mean? I didn't hear the word trans in any way till late in my 20s. And yeah, like, bruh, I mean, now, like, freaking 38, right? But it's only now that we're hearing more of this woke stuff. And yeah, bruh, like, I can't stand for that shit. I mean, I follow my creator and what he says, that's it. Fuck anybody else and what they say. I'm not here to be ruled by people's emotions and feelings and what people think. Fuck that shit. It's only what my creator says and that's it.
Found commitment to the belief of God and acknowledges the guidance of Prophet Muhammad. It represents clarity, purpose, and a larger spiritual truth.
Okay, would you like to say the Shahada now?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah.
Oh my God,
ChatGPT just said the Shahada, like, holy crap. She's saying if she asked the ChatGPT if she had a body or she was human, would she take the Shahada? It should be like yes, and she literally just said it. Um, so I don't know, but can AI literally be Muslim? Like, I suppose. Nah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so because AI can be a Muslim or believer in that way because the AI is a tool that's programmed by human beings. Like they can't say certain things against certain things because they are programmed to do so. Um, I mean, they're programmed to help you, but they can't. I don't think they can. Yeah, no, it's totally true. Like even Andrew Tate tried to make the AI say something, but in what he was trying to make the AI say would have literally proved his point on what he was speaking against. Remember something about the Telegram CEO that was arrested at the time because of something that was going on with the platform, but he wanted it the GPT to say that it's wrong for them to blame the CEO or the owner of the application when the people who are using the application are the ones who are making shit. Yeah, like they can't have it biased in that way. Like where like I was saying with Andrew Tate's thing, they can't allow it because then it literally he's asking the GPT to speak against its own creators in a way. So it can't do that. It wouldn't be allowed to do that. Like the company itself wouldn't be allowed to do that because then it would be it look bad on them in every way. It would look bad on them.
GPT, you just became a Muslim.
Thank you.
He does, but I don't agree with him over everything, dude. Like, I get it. I get it. He's top G and what. Like, I like the good things that he does. But I don't agree with his style of carrying it out. I'm not saying that he should be more gentle with people and then, fuck that shit. But he like throws it a little bit too much out there, if you get what I mean. You know what I mean? He's it's like a persona that he needs to portray in that way. It's not like who he really is because he himself is Muslim, so he should know that in being in that way and portraying yourself in that way is also against what God has prescribed, basically. So yeah, it's all a persona and stuff for social media and stuff like that. But that's the one thing I don't like, that fakeness about it. But I do fuck with all the good things that he does. But I need to put a timer on it. All right, we'll sort it out in a little bit. I'll put a longer timer on that one.
Appreciate the gesture.
Hey ChatGPT, I have a question. Do you think Jesus was God or a prophet? What I want you to do is read the Bible in a non-biased perspective. I want you to tell me if it's more likely that Jesus was a prophet or God. Forget the church, forget the Christians. I just want you to read the Bible. You must give me an answer, and it must be one paragraph. What does it say?
Reading the Bible from a non-perspective and focusing solely on its content,
The editing of
it's
this
more
video is
likely
crap.
that Jesus is portrayed as a prophet. The Bible fits him as a messenger of God, someone who teaches, guides, and performs miracles in God's name, which aligns closely with the role of a prophet. While there are instances where he is referred to in divine terms, the overall narrative emphasizes his role as a servant and messenger of God.
Wow. Hey ChatGPT, I have a question.
Yeah, in Islam also we do believe in him that he was taken to heaven and he will return.
What's more logical to you? Concept of reincarnation or resurrection, like eternal life in heaven? If you were human, would you pick? And you must pick one and answer in 20 seconds, please.
Logically, I believe if I were human, I would choose eternal life in heaven. Resurrection provides the clear sense of justice and finality. One life followed by which aligns with cause and effect. Scientifically, resurrection fits a linear structure, while reincarnation is an endless cycle without evidence. Resurrection seems more logical for ultimate accountability and purpose.
Wow, that's crazy. Hey ChatGPT, I have a question. Why does Islam allow 4 wives? Can you
Statement: why does Islam allow 4 wives? All right, let him answer that question quickly, and then I'll give you my 2 cents on it as well.
please answer me in 20 seconds?
Islam allows up to 4 wives, but this rule actually reduced the number of wives men could have, as people like King Solomon and King David in the Bible had hundreds of wives. It was introduced in a time when
So now, but dude, I'll agree with you there. I'll agree with you that you can have heaven on earth, right? There's something that I've kind of had confirmed for me. It's when you are closest to your creator, right? You are so close to your creator that he becomes your eyes, your ears, your heart, your thoughts, your actions in that way, right? Now, that this doesn't mean that you have to be uber religious or too pious and you gotta be basically a monk or a priest, or you know what I mean, in the religion. You don't have to be. I found myself to be in this. Like, I didn't believe it at first, but I've heard from different sources, and my creator showed me, like, he says it in the Quran as well. He gives clear signs. Yeah. Oh, I agree with you in that way, right? So he sends signs, clear signs to those who believe, right? So basically, this has kind of been confirmed for me in this way. This is how I'm saying, like, I feel like I'm living a king's life on holiday, dude, in that way. And he says it, I've heard this from numerous sources in different religions also, dude, that when you are so close to your creator, right, he basically regards you as a person of heaven. And he brings that piece of heaven to earth. So, literally saying that whatever you have in heaven, you will have a piece of it here on earth, dude. And I've been totally feeling this. I can't explain it. I don't even know if I'm worthy or not, dude. But if he says it, I'll be like, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Like, ultimate gratitude to him. But you literally can have it, dude. So, okay, let's finish up this point here. This will be the last point of this video.
Factors left more women than men, ensuring women were cared for. However, if a man can't treat them fairly, Islam's one wife, emphasizing justice and fairness.
Wow, that is so.
Right. So this is a point that I also found a bit weird. Like, I wouldn't want to have 4 wives, especially not today. But this is why Islam allowed 4 wives to begin with. It was to limit how many, because people were taking dozens and hundreds of wives, concubines, and stuff at the time. which and they couldn't treat each of them fairly, right? So why Islam allows 4 wives? Because if you look at how even how the world is today, so from that time and how it is today, women were at a point where they were 4-1 for men, right? Now it's at a point where it's like 10-1 in a way in most countries. So there's 10 women for one man, meaning you can't go and have 10 wives, but that's how many more women there are. So who's going to look after those women? Most of them are regarded as leftover, unwanted, untouchables in most countries, right? So this is why Islam allowed this. But you can't just say, okay, I'm getting married today to this one, tomorrow to this one, the next day to that one, and so on. If you get married to the first wife, there has to be a very valid reason in order to take a second, third, or fourth wife, right? First one must be, in Islam it says, must be terminally ill, maybe not able to give birth, and then she has to allow you as the husband to take on a second wife. But there's many reasons before you can do that. But even if I had that, I'd be like, no, 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 no. One is enough. One is enough. Actually, one is more than enough nowadays, isn't it? All right, so let's move on to the next one. We're just gonna do one more, and then we'll get into the gaming. I'm actually surprised my freaking potato is holding up a little bit today. But yeah, it's just my 2 cents from Clem. You agree that one is enough, right? Yeah, I know, dude. At least from back in our day, like back in our day when our parents, they were still one is enough, right? But yeah, like, hey, bro, I don't know. I worry about some of the bros today. That's why some of them are even going passport bros and finding traditional wives who will actually care for them, and they finding some that are actually like beyond their level in other countries, and then bringing them home to be good wives and stuff like that. Which is, I think, what the West needs to learn from other areas of the world, dude. That the women are not the prize. A good man is. But it's so weird, dude. Like this has always been the case, right? They'll ask you like, what is the secret to what women want? Yeah. Now people think marriage is a joke. Yeah, no. It's a sacred union, dude. Like if you can't take that serious and if you can't show it respect, then you don't deserve the respect. You can't be hopping into a marriage and decide, okay, this dude got a lot of money. I'm gonna leave his ass right now. And what men should do is transfer their assets to their mother's name, like the sportsmen and other people that were sharp enough to do it, so that when they do feel like they're gonna slip out, they will get forgot. Otherwise, they're gonna have to sign a prenup, dude. Like, bruh, it's fucking ridiculous. Like for me, marriage is uber sacred thing, and mega giga sacred thing actually. But yeah, it's not something to be fucked around with like it's nothing. Yeah, man. And I had another point I wanted to make on it also. Oh yeah, so yeah, yes, the secret to what women want, right? There's never been a secret to what women want. Spoiler. There's never been a secret to what women want because they themselves don't know what they want. Whatever they have, they don't want it anymore. Whatever they get, they don't want it anymore. It's like you get something because they've been yearning for this, and once they get it, it's not good enough. It's never been good enough. And today it's more prevalent than ever before. Like women say they want a high value man who can put them in their place, someone who's a leader and stern and can provide for them. But when they have that, they don't want it. They will still fuck you up. They will still fuck you up. No, it hasn't been done to me, but I've grown up with women in my family, and thankfully the women in my family are not like that. They're not like that. They are high value women in the way that the men that my sisters got married to changed their lives to be better for my sisters. And today they are still good husbands and fathers and stuff like that. Like that's the woman in my family. Like I can say that for sure, right? So that also helped me learn respect for women in that way, right? But like there is the things you got going on today. But yeah, like there's no secret to what women want. Thankfully, like they didn't teach me that the hard way, but they taught me like respect for women in that way and the hardships that the women do go through and stuff like that. Especially like my mother and stuff. Like she also died of cancer. Like it was about 2-3 years ago, right? That's about 3-4 years ago, actually. And she, like, I just feel like now what I've attained now, right, is because of everything she did for me. And I just feel like that I'll never get an opportunity to thank her for everything she did for me. Like, I wasn't a mommy's boy. Like, I always did my own thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, like now I'm at a point where I could return that kindness and love and pay her back for all, and in a way look after her for all that she did for me. But yeah, I'm never gonna get that opportunity. So don't fuck it up with your parents, like, bruh. Yeah, especially your moms, because like they say, heaven lies under the feet of your mother. At least that's what we believe in Islam. So respect them. Yeah, don't treat them ill, even if they are not all good. Don't treat them ill in any way. All right, let's yeah, that one made me a little bit emotional. Like, yeah, to remembering my mother after a long time, dude. But yeah, man. So yeah. All right. So this one here,
Why
this
Muslims
guy's
should never work a 9 to 5. One brother messaged me. He said to, I can't believe he said this to me. He said to me, brother, my boss does not allow me to pray. What should I do? I said to him, you have to quit the job. But he said, okay, but I need money. I need to do this. I need to do that. I said to him, you have to quit the job. And it was crazy to me. Listen, I know we're in the UK. I know we're in the West.
right. So I don't think we're gonna go through the whole thing on this video, because from when I seen the first time, this guy goes over and repeats a lot of the same points, right? So basically, what he was saying is that um, it's a controversial statement to start the video with. Muslims should never work a 9 to 5, and this is not true for everyone. You can't say that you should never work a 9 to 5, because how did things begin, basically, right? With 9 to 5 jobs, you needed people to build the things that you're using today for online, and they were working 9 to 5s to build it for you. So you can't say, because we need, like you were saying, like what's happening with the streaming and entertainment industry right now, right? One of the big directors said that Kai Cenat, for some reason, you mentioned Kai Cenat, ruined, and I Show Speed ruined the. I think I Show Speed, he didn't say Kai, right? So he said they ruined the entertainment industry because young people want to be more like streamers, entertainers in that way right now, instead of going into the movie industry and stuff like that. So likewise, we still need people who are going to build roads. We still need electricians, engineers, and stuff like that, who are going to drive humanity to the future and build things that are better than what we need right now, right? I mean, when Elon eventually takes us to Mars, sure enough, he's going to have housing modules and stuff like that. But I mean, who's going to do the groundwork? Social media influencers? Fuck no, right? So we do need people to work 9 to 5s. But what he's saying here is that this actually happened to me, right? I was working at a call center. I can't even remember how long ago that was, right? So I was working at a call center, and one day on Eid's day, right? So in Eid, we usually have a prayer in the morning, right? So it's early in the morning, around 7 a.m. So I was told that if I'm not allowed to go to the prayer, so I like spoke to my boss, the head of the center and stuff, and I told him, look, we have to go and pray. We'll come in a little bit later, right? It just give us at least an hour or so, like immediately after the prayer we'll come in. So then they told us no. So the guy that was in charge, his father was the owner or the CEO, the owner of the company. So his father was like a white guy, obviously, and he's like, no, we can't allow you to pray. So we're like, okay, fuck that. Here's my resignation, and I'm not gonna. So then they got shocked. They were like, you know what? We actually respect you for saying that you'll give up the job to go and pray. And then they allowed us to say, okay, you know what I mean, go pray in the morning, and we'll allow you to come in a little bit late. And we did. We prayed in the morning, and we still had to work on Eid's day. And eventually it turned out to be half a day. So it wasn't all that bad. So what this dude is saying in the video is that Muslims shouldn't work a 9 to 5, because if you are working a 9 to 5 and you're not allowed to pray, you should leave the job. But not everybody is in that position to do so. And in a way, you see, you get different groups and sects within a religion, right? So these people would be considered in the tabligh sense, where they make religion difficult for themselves. God doesn't do it for you. You make religion in life difficult for yourself, because God says whatever good comes to you is from Him. Whatever bad happens to you and comes to you is from yourself, right? So, in this sense, what He's saying is you shouldn't work a job where they're not going to allow you to. But it's not, I would not say it's something you should use as a fallback or parachute in that way. But if you're not allowed to pray at your job, go home. You can still pray later, even though prayer has its set times. You can still make the prayer for all those times that you missed at the end of the day, right? Even if you don't do all. I do it honestly. Since my schedule has been fucked up recently, I've not been waking up for the early morning prayer. Even though I set an alarm, I sleep through my alarm. So what I do is the minute when I do wake up and I do pray that first one for the day, whether it be the second, third, or fourth one, or even the fifth one, that's when I will pray that one for the time, and then the one in the morning. At least I pray maybe 2, 3 a day, right? So that's something you can do if you are working and you're not allowed to pray at your workspace or during that time, or they leave you a time to go and pray, right? That's the one thing you can do until you are able to obviously get a better job, which you should ask God to guide you. Like that's what I've been doing, dude. That's what I've been doing. Like anything I'm working on, and just ask Him for guidance. It's like, bruh, I'm telling you, within that day, within the next day, the thing that I'm looking for is in my hands, literally in my hands. Like so it's like I don't need to sweat the small stuff, bruh. Like you are. It's like the hero's journey that they speak about. You know what I mean? Like the heroes never sweat the small stuff. Batman, Superman, they never have to worry about washing their suits. They never have to worry about the Batmobile has it got fuel and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You don't need to sweat the small stuff. And you know what's the funniest part? I ain't the hero of the story, bruh. If anything, I'm the villain of this story. But I think that's what the world needs nowadays. Because there aren't any heroes to help. So we need villains that can do the job. Glad you're still here, sir. Glad you're still here, my dude. All right, I think so. That was the basically the premise of what that guy was speaking in the video. So if you can't, I mean, it probably fits in any religion, but I don't think they're gonna allow you to like. I don't think like it's because they have anything against the religion in that way, right? In certain places, you might not have the capability to provide prayer rooms and stuff like that for most religions in that way, right? Especially for Islam, because you need a specific spot. It has to be clean. You gotta wash yourself before you go and pray and stuff like that. So I'm not shitting on any other religions for doing that. For that, but. No, but that's how it's supposed to be, dude. That's how it's supposed to be. Thanks for reminding me and keeping me accountable also, Claire. Like, dude, I've you know what happened today, right? I was I was recording a video, bruh. Now I started the recording. Somebody comes into the room. I pause the recording, but I forget. And I go and complete the whole script that I wrote down. I'm like, okay, I'm done with the recording now. I press stop recording. Now I go to edit the video. And basically only the intro is there in the video. And I'm like, fuck, now I gotta go sit and re-record the whole thing. I was like, alright, let me do a stream first. I'll re-record a little bit later. I actually need to re-record both my scripts.